Hello everyone, this is the second part of lesson number 4 from Sirena, and today we are going to collect the big necklace from different beads with the connector we made last time. So here it is. I patinated it around maybe 1 hour and a half in ammonium. So that's how it looks like, and the color now is similar to antique bronze. So it's brownish because I'm going to use the Crafts color of antique bronze and antique gold without copper at all. So that's why I didn't polish it, so it's just brownish without any decorations. And here is the beads. I have like this mother of pearl color beads, colored jade. This is the shell pearl beads, acrylic leaves with these small opening rings. I already connected them, and different charms, color antique gold, also with the small opening rings together. So lots of different crafts like antique bronze small beads and stardust beads to color, apple green and turquoise blue. Also I used the tiger tail thread, size around 0.4 millimeters. And now I'm going to connect it to our connector using the crimp. I've shown you already many times how to do that. So watch again if you've never seen it before. Just I add the crimp and put it on the both threads, on the long and short one. So that's what we have. Now I'm using pliers just to squeeze it and make it flat. And any kind of pliers you like. So now I'm holding one side of a crimp with the one tool and squeeze it somewhere in the middle, using the flat rough metallical surface. Generally I'm taking another tool like a flat nose pliers. It's also metallic, so just I damage it in the middle, and it looks like now like a book, open book. And now I close the book, so I close the two parts, and this is a double squeezed crimp. I'm not using any other tools to do that. So now I have to do the same thing with the another two curls. So that's what we have. My crimps are different colors, so I need to hide them somehow. That's why I will use the beads with the big holes. I think so my stardust beads would be big enough to hide the crimps. Also you can use the covering big crimp, decorative crimps. I don't like them, that's why generally I take the beads with the big holes, and especially metallical beads. All crimps in the packs must be the same size, but it's not always like this. As you see, this crimp was a bit bigger. That's why my metallical stardust ball is not coming through. I will try to change the shape of the double squeeze crimp if it's possible, but be careful about don't crush the crimp. Okay. If you don't succeed, so I didn't succeed at all. In this case, my crimp is too big, so I will use a little bit bigger bead. Like this bronze one. So now you see what we have, and now just everything I need is to make a grape shape style next to the connector. That's my own idea. You can use it or not, it's up to you. So I want to do something interesting, something very bright. So I already prepared lots of charms. Looks like leaves and flowers and small rings on them, and just I put the thread inside of ring, and make sure that the both threads in the end will come through the ring, because next to connector we still have two threads, short one and the long one. I'm not cutting the short one. For extra security, I don't like to cut it too close to the crimp. So just I cover this small piece of thread with the beads and don't let it come out. So I put the stardust small balls between the charms, just to separate them. And that's why I used so tiny opening rings, because if my rings would be big, the stardust balls will come through them and they won't be fixing the rings, the charms. So that's why my rings are so tiny. I took the smallest size I had. Generally, if I make a bracelet this shape, I'm holding the threads and the connector in the air. I'm not putting it down on the table. But now I'm making a necklace and the threads are too long and it's not really comfortable to control the beading with such a long thread. So that's why I have to do it on the table, and just to show you the process. Actually, the process is very simple. Just be patient and watch the threads, both threads coming through the separating beads and the charms with the opening rings. So I will keep on going and show you the result of my 3 threads with the grape shape style. So just give me a few minutes to do that and you will see what we have in the end. So that's what we have. I'm holding it in the air, that's why all the beads comes down. So you will better see it in the final picture. But it really looks very lovely if you put it on yourself, on your neck. Okay, now I will add some beads, and now the design will be just 3 lines of different beads. Now let me put it in the towel. Yeah, that's how it will look like. So I already added 3 color jade beads, and now I will try to find out the order of each thread. I prefer in this design three line of beads will be close to each other. That was my idea, and the center should be flat and both lines should be round, because I have round beads and very flat beads. So ball shape and flat shape. So the flat shape would be in the center, and the top and the last thread should touch each other a little bit. Just I will make it the massive kind of jewelry. If you don't like it, you can add some more beads to the second and third line and make more space between them. It's up to you. While you keep on going, just use the model or somebody who is next to you and just check on how the threads look like, how much space between them, because when you're putting it down on the table, it's absolutely not visible how much space between beads. It's actually impossible to know up till you put it on somebody, because each thread has a big weight, and the weight is changing the position of the thread. So that's why when we will add the separator, I will use the model just to find out how my construction looks like, the final look. Just now I'm trying to find out the position, because now it's absolutely improvisation of what I'm doing. I'm never making any idea properly. Just I'm collecting the beads, and while I'm working in process, I'm creating the design itself. So, and now what you see will never be repeated again. So each my jewelry is the only kind, so you will never see another one on somebody. So the flat blue beads is variscite beads. I love this stone when it's colored in bright colors like blue or lime green. So the order of beads doesn't really matter, you choose it. The only thing I will tell you that I'm using different colors of crafts, golden plated, antique bronze, antique gold, and patinated copper as a connector. So I mixed lots of things together, but I'm sure that in the end it will look very interesting. Will be really spring color of jewelry. So now we keep on going, and just I'm trying to find out the order of my beads. Two lines I already made, and the shortest part would be made of shell pearl and a little bit stardust balls. never be afraid to wear such jewelry. Some people think that a big necklace with the bright colors can be used only when you are going somewhere to the special place like wedding or something. No, this is not true. It depends how you behave when you're wearing like this jewelry, what kind of accessories you have with you, and if you feel yourself like natural. So it's up to your mood. This necklace will look lovely with the dress, even with the soft blouse with the small flowers, different colored. Just don't be shy when you put on something bright and colorful. And it's really cheering you up when you feel yourself bright and beautiful. If you never made the style like this, I really suggest you to do that. It's lots of emotions and it's very interesting job. Asymmetrical necklaces with the big stone connectors always look wonderful, whatever beads you use. So I'm finishing the work. Now you can see how it will look like. Okay, so I will keep on going up till the next stage of separator, and then I will show you how to finish the work and link the locket. Okay, so this is the separator I have. Take the biggest separator you have, because our beads is very big and I don't want them to touch each other in the area of in the neck area. So that's why I take the longest separator. There is no big variety in store of big separators. That's why I buy in the big packs of them. The design is not really important because it will be not visible. It will be in the neck area next to the locket. So you see, very difficult to show on cam how much space between the beads. When I will finish the job, there will be no space at all between them. So round beads will a little bit touch the central flat beads. So it will be monolithic necklace. So now I put the threads into the separator. Mind the face and the back side of separator. So now I'm working on the face side, and the separator also must be on the face side. So that's what we have. And now just I put the small beads just to fix the separator. Great. Now I will use the small tiny beads because I have to add around 3 or 4 lines of small beads just to create something like a triangle, to add the big bead in the end. Now I will show you what I mean. I use the stardust beads around 4 millimeters, so I'm moving from 4 millimeters to 2 millimeters, just the big beads smaller and smaller. That's how I remaking the necklace from 3 lines to 1 line. And the 2 millimeters, the smallest ones, are coming. It will be the last line of my small beads, and after all I can add the big mother of pearl flat bead. So you see what I mean? This looks like a little triangle. So I'm fixing them now with the big bead. So why the last beads are the smallest? Because there will be just a little space next to the big bead, and that's why I use only 2 millimeters. So otherwise all beads will touch each other and the triangle will be disformed, which doesn't look really nice. Now I'm adding the calotte and the crimp. The crimp should come through all 3 threads. Now pulling all the threads down. Make sure that each line with beads have no extra space. Now I'm holding it strongly, and only after all I am squeezing the crimp with the pliers. Before doing that, I check up on the model how my construction looks like. If I am satisfied how the beads looking on the model, should I add some beads on the lowest thread or the middle thread and change the position of threads, so make them longer or shorter? So on this stage is the final. After all, you cannot change anything. So now I'm making knots over the crimp, which is very important because the necklace is very heavy, and I'm cutting off the rest of the threads. I'm doing that because I'm not trusting on quality of the crimp. Maybe first time it will be okay, but while you're wearing it, the crimp can just you can just lose the crimp and lose all the beads on the threads. Lots of people I know, they're complaining that first time you're wearing with the crimp and calotte designs, it's alright, but after 1 month or 2 months the crimp is gone and I lost all the beads on my bracelet and it will totally teared. And so just add the knot, make a knot over the crimp, and you will never lose the crimp. The knot will be holding it So I have a piece of thread and I'm linking it to the opposite side of connector, and I'm doing absolutely the same thing with a crimp. I'm double squeezing it as well, because here I cannot make any knots. When you're making knots, the line is disformed and it will be not possible to add beads and will be not looking accurate, you know, so that's why I have to double squeeze it. Double squeezing the crimp inside of calotte, it's not always possible, so that's why we are making knots over the crimp. In this case it's not needed, so just I'm double squeezing it, and this creates very strong connection. I'm checking it out by pulling it a little bit, so I'm checking up if the crimp holds well. Yeah. And now I will decorate with the big beads, the biggest I have. Sometimes I'm using thread, sometimes I'm using pins. I had pins with the opening rings, so I'm making like a chain with the beads, or making the design with the thread like now, but generally I'm using only one line into the opposite side of a connector, so that's why our necklace is asymmetrical. So I'm using the last mother of pearl beads. They are big and I'm not going to use them for my earrings. So I will add some shell pearls, I think so, and just I will keep on going up till the calotte and crimp, and then I will show you how I add the locket. So this is the design I made, and now I will close the calotte and add the locket using the opening rings. So here is the design we have, and you will see the final look on the model. This was the lesson from Serena. I wish you good luck about, and give me thumbs up if it's not difficult for you. See you then. Cheers.